So, I mean, everybody that's probably just getting used to this game. It just came out on PSN. I'm gonna get my head start of everything. I know most of the streamers are starting to get their head start just as much as I am. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more of a detailed start of what it should look like and how detailistic of what you should start out to be. I know it's really, really condescending and really, I like to say it's tedious. No matter which way you go. Okay? So we're gonna continue. Real Life Save 2.0. I am live on servers, so if you add me as a friend, you'll find me on the hub right away. Um, fix a hub. Here we go. Just built my space elevator before I went to bed last night. Got everything I mutually need. Backpack, jumping legs. You should always be looking for these in your research table, and I like to say, never start off building your factory in one spot. What I want you to do is start running around, start collecting things like those, and then don't build your, home hub until after you get your right location. Your right location is always going to be your coal plant. So, if you look carefully over here, I started planting. There's a coal mine here, there's a coal mine here, there's another one on the other side over there. Um, and not too far away is some oil. So the best thing is to have all of your resources, like obviously limestone, copper, right up there on that rock, which I have it on my second floor. Bottom floor will be all concrete, shifting up to the third floor. All right, let's go back up to my main floor. That's all crafting my iron. All right. Yeah, that's crafting all copper material. So this is what I call a all accurate build. So you got yourself some two smelters going into some storage crates, so that way if you have any backup of build ends up being put in, um, just in case. Sometimes there's a good backup. So smelters and then storage for the metal. I like to say, in a sense, because you have those crystal shards, you'll end up researching them. I'm also watching Jade Monkey, kind of helping him out a little bit. Hopefully, if he actually hears me, give him a shout out. Jade Monkey on his
What do you think of that?
YouTube. It's
Are we gonna make that? Are we gonna make those iron plates?
got himself a
Manufacturing
pub
plate. You're
at
probably
his
already doing it, aren't you?
game stream.
I was putting one of the limestone one.
Ooh, yeah. Honestly, that's also very important. You already know it's gonna be our foundation thingy.
So, yeah, it is a little
You know what's up.
tedious to get up there right now, only because I built a ladder.
This before?
So yeah, your first thing inside the awesome shop is going to be the ladders, of
Maybe.
course.
Dude, the one that's gonna be the most annoying, probably from here on out, are gonna be the damn screws. And it's not like producing them; it's producing enough at the right time.
Yep, producing just enough
It's
at
like,
the right
hey,
time
I need
is
60
always an
screws.
issue.
You're
How
like,
about you
what?
check out my build right here?
And
So
every
what this
minute, you're like,
is
that's a
it's
screw a
always
second.
building something. So if you look carefully, it's building a smart
And they're
plate,
like, I need double that. And you're like, I
and
can't
it's doing it really,
do
really
math.
fast. And it's putting it into storage. This whole night, it's been doing that. So I only needed
You want me to start?
it to have it
the process
branched
on the other
off. So
iron plate?
I can always be building bigger beyond this point. So
But
if
you're-
you look carefully at my build, I'm going to go back to my smelters so that way you can
basically,
see it.
Did you submit it?
No, I was waiting for you.
Oh,
So we got ourselves our
submit it.
mine.
So at least we have
The top of the
foundations.
mountain.
Yes,
Okay.
they're gonna be metal.
Putting
Sorry,
all
that
of our
sucks,
metal in
but
there,
at
you know,
least it's better than nothing.
and smelting it into iron
Press
ingots,
button.
which then transfers into
Okay.
a separate leeway. Okay.
I have Lazigna.
So these crafters are
Your
just
top
crafting one material at a time. Just crafting just plates, okay?
Lazigna?
And it is transferring into its own storage unit with
Do you want me to select the one? The
mergers.
awesome one?
These are mergers. So you want to be up to this level before you start building your factory all the way up before you get over spaghetti. You don't want to spaghetti yourself. Spaghettiing yourself is probably the worst experience in this game because I've experienced it about 3-4 times so far. I'll show you that in the next 3-4 builds. But if you look, this
Okay, what?
is currently
You
building
want to select the
rocks,
resourcing
which
program
then
so we can
also
build foundation.
builds into
Yes.
screws. As Jade Monkey says, it
Now,
is
the awesome thing
tedious
is
to
great,
have
but
just
it's
enough of
so,
screws for anything. So this is how you do it.
power.
You build a splitter so that way it's going off into its own branch, so
So,
that way you
your
have
thoughts?
logs. You want to always have screws in the middle because it's usually always the
I'm
farthest
moist.
build, like always the one of the biggest things that you need to build for everything. So then you put a splitter right here, so that way you go upward, and you want to have these Mercer spheres.
Yeah.
All right.
You got, there's,
No,
sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
not
I
using
just
any
want
modded
that
anything.
when I
I'm
sent
going
you the
straight off
message.
what I got in my
Alright, come here, check this
inventory
out.
and whatever
So
I
go
got
to your,
in
do you have enough
general.
for a telephone pole?
Um, I
Yeah.
don't do modded
Okay.
sessions. That's not
Make the
that's
telephone
not my
pole
role. Okay,
have
so
it go over
that's
this cable.
uploading. So this is what goes up there.
Over
It's,
it? Okay,
it's
I got
Yeah, you
it.
see how
a
it kind of snaps
dimensional
to it?
depot uploader.
Yeah.
It
Alright, now
uploads
click
these
it.
plates into your
Now
inventory,
move the
so
pole
that
where
way
you
you
want
can
it. So
use it on
probably
the
put it
go
like right
to
here,
where
and then
you're
click it
at a
one more time.
different department of
Right,
mining, like
click it one
oil
time.
or other things and stuff like that
Wait, what?
could be
Okay.
transported into a
Cancel.
depot.
I don't know
So
where
that
you are.
way
I can
you
press
don't have to
it.
worry
Okay,
about
so go back to the pole
kind of going back and forth, doing all the extra stuff.
and get it so
But
it,
those
look at the
smart
cable,
boards
and the
are the
cable's
most
orange,
important,
and the
which
pole's
then
sliding
turns
on it.
into something else.
So right
Which
about
I will
there, go
have
ahead and
a
click it one time with
different
your right
set of
trigger.
mining ordnance coming from a different
Oh, you
location
double
that
tapped it.
drives
Oh, never mind. That's the type one.
um,
All right, that's actually
metal
not bad.
from
All right,
metal,
try it
so
again.
that way I can get a whole bunch
Look
more
at
done
the
on
cable
this
until
side
it's
of this
orange.
top third floor.
Oh, look. Okay, got
Perfect,
it.
perfect, perfect. Now click one
This is
time.
going to be
One
a
time.
good portion of how I talk
Yep.
in the
Now
beginning
back up here
because this is
and
the
place
start
it
of
on
the
the ground where
video.
I pinged.
So this is your
Right about here.
what I call your sink. They call it your sink. So that way,
Oh.
anything that you just don't want
Do
anymore,
you not have resources?
you can place in there.
I
So
need
typically, like
one
these things,
Gotcha.
these DNA points come
One,
from
which one?
animals and things like that.
Cable?
So
Cable.
what you
That's
do is
exactly
you
how
grab
much I
a,
have.
storage container,
I tried again.
minor conveyor right there, sure.
Yep, cancel it, I think.
And if you want to make it
Oh, you
bigger, you
can do it
can.
at the same time.
It's never always got
So
to be
do the
that
same
small.
thing. So what you're doing is you're
I only
actually
did that
adding
for
a
simplified
pole in the
reasons.
middle of that line.
So that way I could, and plus it's fast. If you have a conveyor 2 on there, it's going to be really, really fast. It just builds up points, gives you coupons. Alright. Let's print off like 5 coupons. I need at least a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, so let's go over here and see what I was building last night. I was building those. Okay, so crystals. You want to always, that's what I was meaning by in the beginning, you want to be hunting around because you could find hard drives. You could find those orange things, hard drives in boxes inside a little box. What are they called? Like,
Next time you look up, it's going to be a
drop ships. Say drop ship. Better word name for it. And since you find those drop ships, you end up getting those. You end up going to your research table, and you get all these items to unlock. Typically, it takes a good tier to kill an animal, kill an animal, kill an animal. Simple eyes. This one did wire. Simple eyes. Wire, wire. This is your research table. This is what you'll be doing most of the time to try to get yourself up there, so that way you know where you're going. That way you can scan those, hard drive objects and stuff like that. Sulfur, you can get gasoline, compacted coal, things like that. But because of the season, this is what it is, okay? So you get all the days of the month, and then you basically get a cap amount and you get a gift. So those are actually usable items inside game that typically get tedious, but then at the same time, right now it's only during December. So you take these usually. I put them in here. Yeah, that crafter is going into that, so that way whatever I make and craft, it turns into something. So, in the sense that we need branch trees. There's Christmas presents. Sure, let's transfer it into something so at least it goes into something. This can't be continued until after you do your first launch on your space elevator. And then the third one is usually on phase 5.
That way it's
When
like,
you don't complete the next phase
yep,
of the
right.
space elevator is when you fail at the next project. So typically, since I'm on my way here to do these plates, I need like, I don't know, 50 of them, I don't know. But we'll find out here. But it's good to keep your space elevator never close to base of where you're building that because your train system will get involved too much and you want to bring your train system to where it drops off these plates or whatever you're making off there because there's a few other objects on the game that you don't want to involve into this factory because if you involve it into this factory too much you're just going to overwhelm yourself on one side of the planet, which you have so much more to build on the rest of the planet, which you should never always be thinking, hey, let's build over here. Only here. That's not the strategic way of the game. Okay, you want to really just explore this planet, figure out where the locations are, kind of mark them on the map and stuff like that as you're seeing it. When you're, doing the research, you'll notice that at your main base over there,
Welcome to the Project Assembly
there's a thing
Pioneer
that you shoot
Progress
out the ceiling.
presentation.
When you do,
Congratulations, the
that's when
Phase
you
1
know for
project
sure
part
you're actually
shipment is
getting the
now ready for
next
delivery.
movement in the
On
game.
delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be
Just listen
constructed.
to her.
After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more.
Which to make
Completing
steel, you
Phase
need
2 of
coal.
Project Assembly is your
100%
next
coal.
main objective.
It is
New
impossible to make
project
anything
parts will need
without
to be
iron ore
produced and
and coal.
delivered to the space
So this is your
elevator as
iron
you have
ore
done
and your
previously.
iron factory
Continue to
to make
construct,
into coal.
automate, explore, and exploit for a better Fix-It future.
Yep.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only
So
the beginning
you
of
always
Project
want to start
Assembly,
off with
the
your
first step
platforming
towards
and build
saving the
upward.
day. You
Because if
have
you don't
performed
start building with your
adequately so far.
platforming and you don't get all in,
Reminder, not
it
only is
it
Fix-It
just
saving
doesn't work out.
humanity, it is saving all of
So
Earth, including kittens and
I
puppies.
got this.
It is
See,
statistically
it's
likely that
crafting
you
everything I
appreciate
need
the continued
at a
existence of
strategic rate.
kittens and or puppies.
I don't have to worry about
Continue the work
much
for their sake.
anymore. Like if you
Continue the
notice,
work
I
for Fix-It.
you go
It is
upstairs.
time to start the work on
I like you
Phase
go
2
get
of Project
concrete. It's
Assembly.
almost done. So I have a lot of lots. See, that's what I'm talking about. There's so much more that I can build to the right here that I know that belongs for iron or steel. And then this is plates. And then there's always an amount of screws that are being built up, and if you look, it's emptying and building, emptying and building. It never stops. There's a way to make it faster by doing this. Production speed. The wattage should not go up that much. Just best to move the speed up a little bit faster. The faster it goes, the better. And I'm pretty sure it's the plates that need it the most, so I'm going to give it to them. And then when you're upgrading, so if you notice that it's highlighting it, you want to just click it if you want to upgrade it to something. So in a technical sense that I have Mach 2 right here, I can do this, click it, and it upgrades it straight away. I don't have to do all that extra work. Taking it down, decollapsing it. The tedious work is just tedious work. So they make it a little bit easier with that portion. See, like this. Conveyor 2 right here. And that makes sense on why it's not working for me. So I usually put a crafting bench everywhere that you're working and take it down. It's really, really recommended. Kind of playing on it. If everything is not like okay, so the only thing that's going to be not straight in line is going to be your miner. Like I hate to say it, like everything in the world, your miner is not going to be straight. Okay, just going to give you that high up tip. The one thing that you want to make straight though is the thing that's connected to that miner. So usually the storage unit. So everything that you're putting your ore and everything else into, it needs to be literally a storage unit connected to that box, strategically placed perfectly aligned with that middle line. So here's a good example right here. You see how my crates are like perfectly set up right here? In between the two blocks, you gotta have your crate kind of set logically perfectly like that if you want it to be placed perfectly. Because if you look, it's perfectly set nonstop. And if you don't do it like that, it ends up being like a big mess. What they call spaghetti. Nobody likes spaghetti. This is a little bit spaghetti right here, only because I'm going to be transporting it into. I'm not going to deal with the spaghetti now. So we're gonna show you guys a little bit of the thing. Um, no, it's a splitter. I'm pretty sure that I should put there, and then make sure it's lined up, and then make sure it's lined up. Good to go. There. Everything's straight, organized. You don't have to worry about much. Everything that's transitioning can be transitioned into something else this way then at that point. Like whatever storage unit and stuff like that. So if you think about it, there's going to be these more that's going to be needing whatever else that you're going to have to craft. So, in a stance where I'll show you this is what you're building up mainly for. These tickets are what the ticket's for. So, you go in here. Bear walls, always your friend. Bear through output, your friend too. That as well. Signs are also your best friend. Streetlights can be, but depending on what your skill level can be. Foundation for asphalt, you can get that mainly through this. Walls and gates, I would wait until you have trucks. Windows, wait until you have your infrastructure. You want the modern catwalk and the factory ladder. Elevator will come soon, after you get done with like your fifth. And then anything that you need for parts like this, like you buy straight from that equipment shop. And then obviously you want to have a coffee cup. Get yourself a coffee cup. 8 hours of work gets you kind of like really, really tedious sometimes. So, what's the most expensive? 27, 24. So I'll come back for the Calirium. So like right here, I'll take the 10 off. And then I'll buy this for now.
If you sense your productivity slipping when it gets dark,
And if you're
don't
wondering
worry,
that,
this is perfectly natural. Fortunately, fix-it lights allow you to never experience
Good to drink that
wasteful
coffee.
darkness ever again.
What
you're doing there? I see it.
in the box.
I like the grid. Feels good already just looking at it.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I see what I mean by like as soon as you get foundations, you're like, I just want to put everything on that.
Yeah, everything gets tedious after you found
It's a normal
foundations,
reaction,
like,
sir.
because you really want to transfer this. It becomes work.
Valid.
It's a ballet. See, coal powered is what I'm going for because I already have coal. Then mutually, I'm trying to
I
go
wonder if my
for.
okay. So I might have to. I'm getting a little bit echo. I might have to reset my internet real fast. So just hang tight. It'll be like 5 minutes. Okay. Just stay here. It's just gonna reset, and then I'll come back. I'm getting weird sputtering.
So to be able to collect mutual materials from this location right here, you're seeing what's going on here. There's the rods, going into that, and it's a whole like mystery of what I'm planning, right? So if you look carefully, these are making a strategic thing for this. Now, because it's only meant for that, like literally, there's only one way to really transition, um, is to make the other build, which I'm not gonna do yet because like I have to do all of this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick up some material specifically for getting it done. Guessing the plates. Oh yeah, I can stop the smart plate building. You can always stop your building from a specific location at a specific time by clicking R3 or your right stick. Drink your coffee for the day. All right. So, if you notice, I collected all the material before I started. Like, I made these crates and I started like small. I didn't go big. I started with this building and this and my floor platforms on this big ass build. And I only have one or two, three built. Like, I had this built up. That's it. With only like one or two next to it. And then that was it. It was thinking positively. Oh yeah, power source. If everybody's asking that question of how you keep power without running out of power, like have one of these, okay? You have a biomass creator and then you have a biomass storage. So you always make up bees in your hand and then you put them in the crate because it takes forever to make biofuel. Okay? So whenever the biofuel is in here, should be able to, launch into your splitters out to biofuel generators, which then those generators can power up to a city, basically. If you notice, it's powering everything here up until I get to coal power. Once I get to coal power, you slowly start disbanding your biofuel because your biofuel will be becoming your worst nightmare. I'm not kidding. You want your biofuel for yourself, so you want to just have like this crafter crafting just biofuel and like storage units at the end of this process because biofuel will become one of the biggest projects afterwards, turning into something else with water. So, strategic thinking, it's it's a big mind blowing thing. So, all through the day, I'll be showing you everything that I'm building, and I'm just gonna stay online. I'm not going to go offline, and if I do go offline, it's only because it's going to be for a few minutes. If I do leave, it's only for a few minutes. It's usually because I'm waiting for material to build up, if you notice. It's going to take a while. Um, but I got to figure out what I got to build now, so I'm going to probably be vocal silent for a little bit, and you guys just enjoy the experience for a little bit. Come on, guys, give me a shot. Around the world, around the world. I don't know if everybody can hear this. That's what's so messed up. I'm gonna test it out and see if everyone can hear it. All right, I'm back, guys. All right, guys. Okay, the strategic way to keep going is to not brain mind yourself. So I'm gonna pause my music. All right. So yeah, brain melding yourself is keeping yourself in one space at once. one time all the time. In a sense that all these are crafting everything you need beyond this point. You don't need this side, you block it off. You completely ignore it. Because I was thinking about making it into my other factory, but then I realized I gotta make my steel and iron factory on the right hand side because I need plates. I can't do it without plates. So, since plates are on the right hand side, I'm able to do it there. Left hand side, holes. Make no difference. There's those. I bet I probably made some yesterday. Yeah, I was on topic yesterday. Kind of made a lot of progress done. Ran around for a little bit. Had a lot in my inventory ready to go. Ready to make some stuff. Aggressively, obviously. Came off topic. Middle of the night became a little tiring. Exhausted. Definitely needed some coffee, but oh man, start off fresh in the morning after Christmas feels great. Feels great. Yeah. So I need how many plates? So 48. Yeah. Oh yeah, you want to always be on topic with trying to keep up with your building a little bit in your hands. You don't want to always do a lot like just the factory because it takes some of the more tedious work. Shove on your hand, like a little bit. This is a little bit tedious, but worth it because you're building the material you need to build up your station. Excuse my wife's language. Apparently, she did not know I was on live. Keep going on that. Gotta make some reinforced plates. Make as many as I need for that. Once I build that up, I'm gonna go downstairs, go grab the cable. Because, like, if y'all seen, like, I'm loaded with anything copper related. Hey! So yes, upstairs is made exactly the same as downstairs, as upstairs is the same as downstairs probably. Like you can build onto the downstairs, but obviously there's not much to build onto copper. So not until you get up there for wiring and stuff like that. And that's why I have it all in separate locations. Always be drinking coffee. Be running around a lot. Oh, don't worry. Watch the next one. You'll have all the materials for it, and you'll be like, oh, I can't even continue.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Okay, wait 7 minutes. By the way, yes, that's what I was meaning. Transfer to coal power, so that way you can transfer all this out, and you can build on to steel power, or steel ingots and stuff like that, because you don't want to have what we call spaghetti in the beginning of your game. That'd be terrible. You want to always prepare yourself for the next step. So in a sense where I have these walls up so that way I'm not building onward. Because I can have this split outward as I need to turn into iron ingots. And then they would transport down this line where these walls are. This would kind of be in my way. But I would have the smelter right here. Or the smelter right here. Because even this foundation right here, this building, is in my way. Kind of in the middle of progress building, what they call it. I should put biomass in here. And if you guys are wondering, I do have a 2-year-old and a newborn, so yes, sometimes it can get wild in here, and I will mute, and it will get a little quiet. Yes, I'm sorry. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's still running on a good float on here.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fix-It initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it. Power Pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the Power Pole Mark I.
And gold is your best friend, if you notice. Gold wire randomly will always be your best friend. And if you find a tunnel, build your base right next to it. Because there is literally Sam down there, and Sam is also your best friend for um, many materials, especially when you're trying to transport goods.
Smart Splitter unlocked. The Smart Splitter offers advanced settings that can improve conveyor belt logistics.
If you're wondering why I'm running so large and fast, it's because of these legs. Okay, so because I crafted, as they say, blade runners, an exoskeleton for lower legs that assists with movement, allowing pioneers to sprint faster, jump higher, and also dampens the impact of landing. So that way, when you're at a high level, you don't die. Yes, that is one of your high key things and strategic things you need.
And also a parachute. Always, always have a parachute. Jetpacks can only do so much until you have the right fuel. So yes, you will get a jetpack. Don't expect to use it until after you get the right fuel. Once you get the right fuel, you'll stay in the air longer. And once you stay in the air longer, you'll be able to go higher. And you can scale mountains. Yeah. Then you'll be able to catch yourself before falling off of a mountain with that jetpack. But until then, don't expect to use the jetpack. Use a parachute. Because a lot of the uranium and stuff on here that are all nuclear is really, really tedious to stay away from when you're in a jetpack. Just saying. And if you do, you got to be skilled to transfer menus, like I am. I'm gonna go get some more rotors that are over there. It's a way faster way to get it. So let's do it. Give him a boost. See, if you look, I can build the other ore this way, as long as I have that space. Limited that I can squeeze it right through. Probably get the iron ore right here. And on the other side at the same time. I don't know. Maybe. I'll probably end up bringing it downward to where it's on this floor underneath. Steel production will be like right here on this floor. Building can get tedious. Use the rocks as your foundation to like work around. Like I said, you want to get your full power up before you start your steel production, but you want to get your platforming done. Like I said, tedious is that portion of everything. If you don't want to do that like all the time, you can loop it. Most steel production is like wire incorporated and post incorporated, so I'll have it come down this way and drive into that. That concrete is just temporary. That was supposed to be a temporary build, so that way I can get concrete up here faster. Because you need concrete for your platform. Very, very tedious. Alright, Sunset came for re-entry. I have gotten most of the materials given. He's so lost when you say that.
Alright, this is going to be building for a minute.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
Trying to figure out what to set up. Put up. Trying to put my brain together.
Then they can come around and we'll need it. I mean, we need it now, so. Yeah. The saving is pretty good. Yeah. Well, that's because back when this was like less stable, to make sure okay. Oh yeah. Look at this. We're just doubling our output. Literally. That's like $1. My favorite part is when that
Spaghetti! That's all I see on
Jade's
Jade's like
I have no idea.
thing right now.
No
Spaghetti! Start! Yay!
Oh man, that's really.
He thinks it's straight.
No. That's somebody from Idaho.
It's not.
That's just a local color, man.
He's trying.
Comments from that place. Like, I know exactly what he said. Can't remember saying no better. You know what I mean? What?
Alright.
Check this out. Your boy is doing some work. I heard a video about other accents, local accents, and they're like, I don't know what this person's saying, you know. I know what this person all the words that this person said. Like, oh no. Yeah. Brother. I'm like way over. Yeah, whatever we did. Check out what we did for our we're making double the bang. Oh. Oh, because it's
Conveyor throughput.
well, here's the thing. So, like, now that we have splitters and mergers, I took the line because our current limestone empty liner is way more than. So it was like, let me split that line and get another construction. That construction's all glitching. Yeah, split it, man. Glitching. Now, our conveyor belts are a little slow when I put the conveyor, but production is nice. And a lot of times they do. But I look down, double the times I looked last time. I'm like, oh, yeah. Alright, yeah, high pace.
Gotta stream all day just to make it some
Oh, no.
good stream.
Everybody. Everybody that played it. Your life.
Oh, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm preparing the water generation floor.
That's a lot of bags. Like those bags, dude. Yeah, I just put this in the merger, the orange thing. And this back here is the bear that top. That goes up, and the bottom one goes up. Top one goes up first. Over here,
That's not a good idea right now,
we have
because if you look carefully, if you don't add a merger or a splitter on the outside of it to merge to the top, you're not going to have a split to go to the outside.
Alright. Make that the gift.
So this has to go across this way. Me in the middle.
Like an express girlfriend. Yeah. Like,
I have to have a platform going from that floor to that floor anyway, so let's make it a little bit built into the platforms. Alright, so now that that's built, platform across, it's land to land basically, that's what we call. So,
he's lined up. Now that's front up.
what I do is I build the ramp down to a certain level. Alright, there we go. Right above the water. You guys will understand what this is about when you guys start playing it more. So
Oh, I see you doing my
he got his brother going.
now this line.
You heard your brother doing it, does not mean you could do it too. that was pretty freaking hilarious. Drive a ball on that one. Alright. So I need to go up there and make my fountain. I need to fill this in, just like that. Well, because I can make it go backwards too. Alright, so there's that. Modulator frames. So for me, I'm gonna say I'm gonna put whatever I can't have right now. Like that, and then
Okay, so look at the
those,
splitter. Not yet. Drag it up here.
and then that too, because what's the point in having it in my hand right now? Make something happen while I'm waiting.
Oh, splitter?
Oh yeah, always research the drives. They're gonna give you new crafting things. The house you build up, the different object each time.
Yeah, you have a line. You're gonna have to rotate with the red and space Brian.
So those flat things right there, I don't
Got
get
it?
right
There you go. Too wet there. Turn off the gas.
now. You need concrete.
Red goes in.
Oh yeah, if you ever need a temporary break,
Now we need, go ahead and just copy this one.
let's give a shout out to Fix It. Fixit gave you guys everything that you need just to be able to customize your body and outfit, so you can change it to anything that's during the holiday. There's even an Easter event. There's even a holiday event for every holiday. You can change your gun to whatever feels you like. There's demonstrations of like different designs. There's also the different symbols that you pick up all through the game, tickets, things like that. Um, I like that. You can preset the colors of everything that you have on your body in a sense where everything is orange. How about a white outfit? How about a blue outfit? Right? Switch it up a little bit. How about purple?
It just you have also the liner.
Going tedious blue. There we go.
So I kind of like to make a one connection point to kind of like since we're good on the line, I kind of put a point next to the thing.
Alright, so if you look carefully,
I like just go around the split.
yes. So the toilet, the fix-it toilet, does
Now
not
we can
give
kind of
you
go down the line
anything.
like each one.
Like, I'm serious. Watch this. So, I'm gonna put this down the toilet.
Actually, I think I fucked that up. That'd be like right here. Wait, hold. My bad. Yep, that pulls next to that. Pulls next to that. Pulls next to your mom. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, he's from that. What the? Even just because I have these men out, doesn't mean it. I mean, kind of a little bit.
And then it flushes the toilet.
Did you not see the sign?
Now, what we created
No,
here is containable.
I did not see the
How
sign.
many one place to make it split? Aha! I bet we ran out of toilet. I don't think it's browned out. Not yet. Not browned yet, buddy.
I did it on
Definitely
purpose
not.
just to piss her off. To get fresh coffee. Put it in there.
So let everybody finish that. Yeah. The time lock. They did that like a connector.
Alright, let's go do
Yeah.
the platforming now. Installing it. Alright, yeah, so this is going to be the main split. So you see this, how it's conveying a lot into one conveyor, and then after backup it builds up into that one. So these are the two storage for two conveyors to build up your ore, in a sense, and then you have yourselves a refinery. Two refineries next to each other, built into two different sectionals that built into two different things, and three different things actually. If you look carefully, that you can make it into a different object, which then turns into a different thing, which then obviously at the end you're going to turn this into probably another setup for having a combiner, right? You know, you're going to want one of these items turning into something else, so you're going to have a combiner kind of somewhere where it is up there, where everything's going to turn into something, something, something. So, that's what this is going to look like. It's kind of looking kind of good right now because this is my 15th build to get it kind of understanding of what the layout is on PC or no PlayStation in comparison to PC. PC is like a little bit more challenging. Yeah, so this is gonna be the crossing for my electricity farm. So you don't want to have your electricity farm kind of inside of your base, like your coal farm. So you want to build it on the outskirts of it. So that's why I'm building outward like this. Um, if you combine, it turns into a wreck. So build beyond no confusion. It helps so much to just think that way. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm filling in the spots where trucks won't fall into, which then get stuck and you can't ever return them back up here. But they do spawn when the autopilot's on, but not when you're in it, so then you gotta decollapse it. That's why I say rocks are your foundation. Looks nice. Alright. See how flat this area is for water? That's why I'm using the generators. So we run. Gotta wait for plates to be implanted in it. Just probably gotta wait like a second. If you notice that it's slowly in uploading, it's because like you have uploaders that'll help you be able to build products like this, so that way you don't have to wait. Notice I'm pretty far. I've gotten my build there. Yes, that is for the water collecting area to be shoved into the electricity mine. Like the water is going to be pumping from all of this area right here, all the way in there, and then hopefully I can get a, as they say, a bottom floor coal transfer system going. Um, make this all flat. Like after I get in, like one more layer down there for like path right there. No, I'll put the path right here, and then have like the water output coming outward. And then from there on, you see where those two mining is. Only one will have a straight up shot that way. It'll be just filling up straight up the. Yeah, I'll have them both running. Yeah. So I have
Potential edible
two coal
collected.
mines right
If
here,
consumed
here in the
before
desert, and
authorized
then
is
I have two
compatible with
more
the
right
human
here
digestive system
for
by
steel.
FIXIT,
So
the consumer is
what I was gonna
responsible for
do
any and all
is that
consequences.
because of the fact that I have one
Research it in the
iron
NAM to
mine up
establish
there,
classification
I'm
and
gonna
potential
run
application.
steel mining this way and a little bit of iron mining. Whatever I need for steel will end up running that way. Then I'll have a coal running from underneath all the way out that way, so that way we don't have to touch this coal at all. That's just for power. This is just for power right here, underneath the building. That was planned. And then to build from there. I think you guys kind of get it, the understanding of what I'm talking about. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about because of how big these are. and you got to put them in the water, and you got to have them like connected to something to be able to exit. So if you look carefully on how I have it sectioned off, it would be being placed perfectly aligned the whole platform, perfectly aligned the whole platform all the way through and through, and then the pipe goes up this way or this way. Or just whole power. And then I'll end up having pumps running from here for something else. Because you need gasoline and stuff like that. So there's ways of making biofuel with the generator. It's a crafter that's specific to making that. But to be dialogued, we're going to go get more concrete and more legs. Yeah, it turns out to being a walkabout after a while. Until you get your elevators, and then everything's kind of synced together. Yeah, this area you don't use. This becomes like a dead area. Only because when you put it there, what happens is that, and the dead spots usually become what we call platform or catwalk spots. It's if it works with you. My god, this is tedious. Like, shit. The one you want it to be on is not on the right spot. So, like, that is so messed up. And then because of the fact that you want to be able to see everything, you always put that intersection, like, right there. So that way you can, like, branch off. Catwalk. The catwalks are typically to see what your builds are doing and how everything's doing and what's missing and what's not. So, because of how high up I am, this is like what I call risk factor to always have a catwalk. Saves you from falling. You could check out everything without having to climb and jump over everything, and this can get annoying right here, like this. Have a catwalk that goes right across the top of this, so that way you can kind of like, go inside of your depot. You can put something in there like wire instead of plates. You don't have to always have that one item in there because you can transfer other things, but you just want to do it slow. Like, you don't have to do it fast. But you want to put depots on each one. So if you look, I'll have a depot there, build into it, so that way it's collecting every material and putting it into a storage. So I don't have to sit there and come back to this and collect these 3 items, because these 3 items are the main 3 items that you'll need in the next builds beyond that point. And you coming back to storage is just like annoying and tedious. So having depots, since they just added them, became more affluent use for you to be able to have your storage build up. But you don't want to do anything until you get those up. That's what the Mercer stores are for. Like me, I'm gonna grab a foundry and I'll show you guys. Shit. Realize what I'm missing. Modulator frames. Put on my brain's blinking. Nope. Fine, just making. Oh, no. I gotta do this one first. Yeah, this part gets tedious because you gotta wait for parts to be done. Are you talking to your brother? That's cute. Good. You call them cute. Talk to him. Yeah, you talking to your brother? That's a good thing, honey. He'll definitely
I'm
not be
sorry.
the fix it and play of the month. I've been a fix it and play of the month already because I made it to tier 8. No, the last tier. What was the last tier, babe?
Oh, okay.
What was it, 10?
I'll
10?
let you say that. Contractually
Ten?
mandated.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we made it to tier 9 and I didn't even incorporate my trains in there yet. I just gave up and I restarted because it was too spaghetti. Like, once you get to too spaghetti, like, you want to fucking, like, restart twice, 3, 4 times. And then you want to get each level down. And once you get each level down, you want to restart. It's tedious.
Oh yeah. Well, the smelter, right? Yes. I mean, you can change it any way you want. You can actually probably put a splitter down and do 2 smelters and have it come out. Probably aim it this way. Because we don't have a lot of room left. Yeah, put like 2 smelters back to back and then put a splitter. Yeah, this is our opportunity to kind of redo it.
Yep.
Because we can at least do 2 of them.
Yep.
Probably scooch up a little bit because your splitter block's about.
Because if you don't put the splitter like mine, it's not going to show up right. No. Don't do it without middle platforming it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll just hold my thing out so you can see this. No, that'll be good. That's not weird, right? We're good? We're good.
No, middle platform that.
Okay.
Like, you guys got everything spaghetti. Like, so bad.
Contractually obligated. Fun. Yeah, you could probably reroute them.
Yeah, that's where my first build was until I found out that I needed coal at 100% the next step. And I was just like, oh man, that's a far way to travel with coal, especially with a conveyor belt. Like, Jesus. And then you realize, this is what I mean. Like, when you see my, like, right there, you already see that that's tedious as shit. You know, unless it's...
I like to work backwards.
That's already tedious, knowing that I gotta bring coal back this way, you know? Just...
What's the space elevator doing? Where did it lead to? Oh, it's just hanging out. It just goes back and forth? Yeah, well, when we do the mission, it goes up. Oh. Yeah, it goes to the sky. It's where the space people live, man. Stuff chainsaw, but make you understand. The one answer now. The one answer now.
See, it's making 2 of my main objects without even me having to do it.
What? Nothing.
See, like, this will probably end up being crafting screws and also, like, logs, and then it'll be ended up in a crafter. Oh, let me check this out.
Bandy, I'll make you a chainsaw. Actually, as a matter of fact, here you go. Where are you? Right behind you. Oh, yes, you are. That's freaking me out. That's what you're supposed. Okay,
And then I don't know if
Screw
it would take...
hand. We're not that poor anymore, okay? Jeff, okay?
Nope, it would be the other side.
Okay. Do you have any screws? Do you have 160 screws? I can. Is it 150? 60. Well, yeah, I'll have some.
See, it gets tedious. Once you figure it out, it gets tedious. That's why you don't have just one of these, building these. You go into a different area in a different department and you build off of that. Or you take ore and you build on that one. Because there's a way to build this factory again in a whole different direction and then having those all turn into a depot. Like this is supposed to be depoted into a depot, so that way I have armored plates and rotors on the go on a depot like this. And then you build on another factory that way, you know. But knowing how many ingots it's pushing, I don't want to push this. I mean, unless.
feel like some big fight? You like fought a real boxer and just destroyed him?
Give me a moment. See, Mach 2 Miner is not open yet, so since we
Right?
don't have a Mach
Oh,
2
I have.
Miner, and else only pushing out. Oh,
Oh,
that's why.
cool. Yeah, I mean, do you think your dad loves you now?
Got you, right?
Do you think he'll finally respect it? Got me fight like you got something to prove.
Alright.
Brother,
Yeah.
you're a millionaire. You already won.
There we go.
Relax. You gotta, no. I think he tried to do something to your brother. I can get that attention.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if your brother felt your girlfriend?
There we go.
I mean, that's got it. I think they were constantly competing in the Big Brother fight. Allegedly. And,
Not just
dude,
backing it up the poles.
that's worse than, like, can you imagine if your friend did it? That would mess you up, but, like, it's your family? Don't? No?
Maybe I take away a little bit of power from here. This one emits a little bit much.
Every game, bro. With
And
that,
then emitting a lot of power out of here. Oh, that's a fuck
you
situation.
can't be gonna fucking try to get your guns too. You're like, what's the common denominator here? I'm not gonna say what it is. That's for you to figure out. Dude, literally everybody that was in that, what was it? Was it Team 10? That's what it was. I mean, something else. Remember that the group of dudes? Doesn't everybody hate them now?
I don't even remember that group.
Yeah, they all live in that stupid house. Yes, you do. You have the shirt. No,
Heck no.
yeah. You left that stupid CD in my car. Want that shit back?
Have one YouTube for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, remember. You're right. I'm the dickhead.
I only have one YouTuber shirt, and that's yours.
Diffuse. Abort.
Yours is your shirt, I
That's right. How many times have you wiped up clothes with it? It's done,
I
man.
thought you were going to say wash.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah,
I
right.
keep the forever crust.
Right. It's factory direct press. Factory press. That's so proud. Hey, Billy Bitch.
Yeah.
Take your chains off. It's like
Or my
rabbit. I am odd. I am.
I didn't think from my Facebook.
I've been out as helping straight away right on the pad. Why, I. Let's get the man, dog. We're doing the man. I selected it for us. Okay? The man. You want to make some of them screws, Playboy? I'll go get some of that camper. We got new objectives, baby girl. I bet George still some crazy shit. What's his name? Clark? George. Right. He uses explosives. What the fuck? We can actually use that. Yeah, Greg is cooking it up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to check on him.
I just dipped in his cheek.
What did he have?
Explosives.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's that.
That's my dog.
That's my dog, though. For real, no. So we're gonna get more supply space. I'm gonna go get some enchantment.
Like 2 syllables. The first syllable of that word.
I get some of that cat first. I mean, I gotta go to the mines and get some hot cava. I have copper. Well, fuck you. I have 550. You son of a bitch. Well, those. I have 550. I screw it. That's cool. I think all yeah, like shit. What my hair make the NK? I'll make the campaign. Campaign. You are kidding.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm try and save this and see
the
if I
rest
can
of
actually join.
wire.
Okay, maybe it'll let me.
Yeah, I'm making it
I
right
don't
now.
know.
Man, all the wire. You know,
I
how
only
Secret
have
is
1,
so
2,
good,
3,
dude.
4, 500 stacks of copper ingots, but I'll try.
Pencil man, promise.
I'll try. Incoming autosave.
Got on the square. Square. Okay, this is the awesome shop. We're tickets. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the awesome sync because it's soaking our fucking power right now. We don't need that. Ta-da! Hey, look, it has a Santa hat on it. Nice. If you could go to foundation.
A boot box? I got you.
No, it's
Okay,
concrete foundation. It's 3 tickets. Just a concrete one. That'll get us going. And if you like some other functional ones, I can let you know.
It doesn't say that for me, because
Gotta use left and right trigger.
I know, but foundation,
You gotta go down.
I am going now.
It's gotta be in there. Not under foundation, it's under customize, right?
Oh,
Yes.
concrete foundations?
Material. That's the one. That's the one.
Add to cart. I have to add it to cart and then actually buy it. Jesus.
Yeah. What kind of shop do you think we're running here?
That's too interactive.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAB, local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and programs. These are essential for maximizing the pioneer efficiency of alignment with 6 core pillars. Extract and automate,
Wait a minute, export?
resources,
American way.
technology, or other
Yes.
influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
What did I sign? Now we can move this around too. I'm just gonna slip her around. Yeah. turned off both of these. The burners, since we don't need them, because I turned off the awesome sink. That's what's burning up our fucking power right now. Yeah, you want to buy that factory car. What's up, Playboy? Did we drop the party? Yo, guys, what is up, guys? No? Yo, what is up, guys? Am I the worst? Or am I the best? Yes. Yes. What? It's back. What is what? Okay, that's great.
Hey, how much I'm on like beginning of the last one?
I mean, up to that point.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
I think he said he shared it with ABT because like the only channel that is not available
Oh.
for like that. Yeah.
You got him back. Well, it's easy to be on the scoreboard when you're the only one. Okay, yeah, first.
Also, another tip: if anybody ever needs like extra material, like iron ingots, like this, like I'm doing right now, you go over here, craft your no portable miner, craft yourself up a few of them.
You know, I put in our flash factory ladder, $3.
And place them.
Oh.
My gosh.
Do we take the charcoal that's down here? And you can drive the little buggy that you get from the store, like off the area. So you're stuck driving it on platforms up and down. So you make sure you have your platforms and your catwalks made properly, so that way you could drive that thing. Otherwise, it gets unstable. I only did this just to show you that this is what it makes. Like you got to put coal and ingots in there. Keep putting that in there. That'll get backed up. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to build with next. Right, let's go ahead.
So this is splitting into cities, which will make the ingots and move them into this box, force them to the top box. Actually, they all go to the top box. Right, well, yeah, force it to the top box. All ingots. Spitting out ingots, putting it into this ring, and then spitting out, putting it back into the box. The problem is, that's possible. Let's go. So your output. Oh, there's parts of it. Yeah, that's like.
Definitely not that
Yeah,
cool yet.
I like it though. If it knew the difference between whatever, that'd be ideal.
That's my next guess.
So it can only
What?
spit out one. It can only stay in one input. problem is, look, okay, so when you come back around, what's going to happen is this nine rods, will come here, go here, go here, come back up around on the top, and get fed back into here, fed entirely to the center panel, and then it'll stop doing that. If you do it, I suggest you do it this way. Yeah, because this one's not smart enough to do that. They just should throw this out. If we had a sorter that threw up only the stuff that we processed, then you would just plug down here. That would be easy. So if we throw over here with the smart guy only goes through what? It doesn't go through like this. But I don't actually. By the way, go do our research.
This fleeting temple harms the residents some.
You need
Please
Mercer
browse.
spheres.
Everything. The power supply. Well,
You need Mercer spheres just to be able to make those.
By weaving the simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. He covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
Look through the window and witness the threat.
I was gonna do it, I was just waiting until you took care of little man, when he was screaming. That way he understood that diaper changes. How diaper changes are the key. When you're okay with it. Teach you to play with this peen. Stop trying to play with your penis. Don't need to play with your penis. Gotta be looking for Mercer spheres just to be able to download, guys. Can't be sitting still for a long period of time. at your factory, just let things build up back at the factory, and then you keep going and you travel, 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 travel. See here in a moment on why I'm doing all these animals though, because that makes bio diesel. The transport vehicle. And or transport truck. This is like Slug Village. Found Slug Village. Like, this is how you get all your power, like, core things, like, to make them into power things. The cells that I've been putting inside them to make it go faster. Yeah, that's what these are. Honestly, I'm probably going to have just enough to be able to fill up the entire, like, build. I already have, like, 10 plus.
Yo, we gotta get some dance moves going, dog. You wanna help me make all this stuff? Yo, dog. Yo,
Well, you got to get the steel manufacturing system going in order to make things work. Once you hit steel power, you're like there. Oh, wolfins. There we go. Yeah, they follow you around if you tame it. Mercer spears. That's what I'm out here for, and also a biofuel. Animals are your biofuel. So, doing? Breathable area. Commercial spheres are up on top though. Ow! Numbnuts. That's got a heart. It's trying to talk, that's all. So close. And no cigar. Oh yeah? Watch TV. Oh yeah, you got clicks? When you hit protein, you're you're a newbie. You don't know what to do. Just don't. Don't assume you know what you're doing. Even my wife says don't do it. Even the new streamers that think that they know what they're doing, they don't. They're just learning as they go. Yeah, I spent a month almost figuring this shit out. Alright, looks like everything's still running on a smooth rate except for the one that's on the top there. Oh yeah, I went for a fuel hunt. Sorry. That's typically what you have to do every once in a while. You can't just go fluey nooey. Like this. Like rubber is an asset later. Alright, let's take that back.